Hey, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? Hey, it's the Champion Principal, and tonight I'm just out here on the porch, uh, taking in some of the nightlife, quiet, me and the bugs and all the insects and everything. Checking out this new book. Checking out this new book about educators, trying to keep my mind busy. Oh, that book was by Richard Cross. Richard Cross. Letter to black male educators. You know, we have a shortage of black male educators, and so I believe one of his main goals is to recruit African American males to teach in the school systems. So I'm trying to feed my brain, keep my brain active during this coronavirus. So I'm trying to read more. And I try to read a variety of things. You know, some things are instructional, some things are recreational. It just doesn't matter. Hey guys, I made a post today, and it's probably one of the most serious posts that I've ever made, and it talks about males. And the post focuses on that many males do not have an outlet. We as males, and especially African American males, we do not have a person to talk to in what we call a non-judgment zone. And guys, I'm just being honest about it. And even a person who's in my position, at my level, just being honest, we do not have people that we can just talk to and say what we need to say, ask the questions that we need to ask without feeling judged. I don't care what it looks like on the outside looking in, but still, even if it looks good, even if it looks like everything is okay, just think about it for a second. How many people, how many men can you just pick up the phone and call and talk to? I'm not talking about those you are with fathers. That you are blessed. You're special. I'm talking about those of us who may did not have like biological fathers, or who did not develop these relationships with other men, so we can ask the questions that we need to ask. Guys, let's be honest about it. Men are they're doing the best they can, considering the circumstances. Because think about it for a second. My son is blessed. He has a father that he can see every day from the beginning of his life. For 15 years, he's seen his father get up every day, go to work, try to do positive things in front of him. He's seen it. He hasn't experienced the father absent from the home. He hasn't seen the father who's in the home, who's abusive, who is addicted to drugs, who will not go to work, who's abusive and things like that. He's in a very special situation. So what about the boys and girls, or the young boys who grew up in households where the father is not there modeling good behavior, not teaching them about different experiences? For example, my son today, my old raggedy truck, the battery died. So I showed him how to jump the truck off. He had no clue. There was some acid on the battery. I don't know. Something I knew how to do. So I showed him how to put the baking soda on the battery. We put some water on there. We took a toothbrush and we cleaned it off. Those are those lifelong lessons that you teach your sons. And a lot of times, sons are never taught those things. And I just think about things, from early age, with relationships with girls and things like that. Just imagine if you have a father there who can teach you how to deal with those situations, whether it's how to talk to a female, whether it's the hurt that you face when that female do you wrong, or even the decisions you make when you decide to have more than one female. It's just a lot of things that really, really take place. But just growing up into a young man and a male, you know, people always say, yeah, you got to be a good father, you have to be a good husband, but nobody ever taught you how to do it. That's insane. How do you be something that you've never been taught how to do? And in many cases, what if you've never even seen it? How are you going to be an engineer if you've never been taught to be an engineer? It's it's difficult, and it's really interesting when you think about those expectations. And then many people we're in different positions. We have different jobs. We're in different relationships, and there's a lot of things that are expected out of us. And there's nothing wrong with that high expectations. But the problem is, if you don't have somebody to lean on, if you don't have somebody you can just call. And guys, I know people saying, well, you can call this person you call. No, I'm talking about, can you call that person and talk the way you want to talk? Say what you want to say. Tell your darkest secret. How many people you have in your life that you can just, how many men, I'm talking about men here. How many men do you know that you can call and say, hey man, I'm cheating on my wife? Without them being a hater, without them being judgmental, without them saying what the Lord said, without them saying this and saying that, them just listening to you. Think about that for a second. Guys are dealing with a lot of things. They're dealing with things from their childhood. Many men are still dealing with the fact that they never knew their father, or they knew their father and the father didn't show love to them. They're dealing with alcoholism. They're dealing with drugs. Some are dealing with their records. They're fighting this thing. Okay, yeah, they made a bad decision years ago, and now they're trying to get a job and it's still being held against them. Some of them were not educated effectively. The school systems may try, but were not able to reach them, and so them bugs, guys. So they struggle with education, so they may not have the same academics or the same level of academics that some may have. Some are still worried about the law enforcement and things like that. It's just so many things. Someone's still arguing with baby mama and all that kind of stuff. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's keep this thing all the way real, guys. It's just so many things. And even in my position, being a principal is difficult, guys. There are a lot of expectations to be a principal. I love the job. It's the best job in the world. But again, think about it. The children's future is based on you and what you do and what you do not do. When they do not excel to the level that they're supposed to excel, that's back on you. Guys, that's heartache, that's stress, and it makes you feel like you're not being successful, make you feel like a failure. Although you know the work that you're doing. But it's difficult, and you gotta ask yourself, who do you pick up the phone and call? Who do you call to ease your mind, to relieve your stress? Who do you call? And people are gonna say, well, you're supposed to call your wife, your girlfriend. But guys, keep it real, be honest. You tell them every single thing. You feel comfortable with every single thing. Maybe you're special. But I'm still working on that. I'm still working on a non-judgmental zone where only I think a father could understand, or an uncle could understand, or something like that. That's what I want with my son. I want this relationship where he can tell me anything. I was just talking to him today, and I was telling him, Jay, I want you to be able to tell me anything. I don't care how bad it is, how bad it hurt. I need you to be able to have a conversation with me. I said, son, even when you're of age and you out drinking with your homeboys, I said, you need to pick up that phone and call your dad. How many of us had that opportunity? Felt that we had that person that we can talk to or just pick up the phone and call. I just want to let you know, guys, I understand what you're dealing with. I know we're putting on for the city. We're putting on for the people in our families and our communities and things like that. But we're struggling.